Hey there, folks. This is the execution of Mark Knight, and I welcome you to this very special edition of Mark Knight Television. And this here is the first ever Japanese Pro Wrestling Report or Pro Wrestling Report that I'm doing here on this broadcast. Now, for those of you who may know, I'm a huge fan of all pro wrestling, and in particular, I'm a fan of Japanese pro wrestling. I think that even for myself, as a guy who enjoyed the sport and even participated in wrestling for the years that I was active here on the East Coast and whatnot. A lot of the guys that are active in the sport right now are highly influenced in Japanese pro wrestling. I'm one of them, and we're going to get right into it. We're going to start off with the New Japan Pro Wrestling show that took place last week, the internet pay-per-view, which was King of Pro Wrestling. Now, this show is based on the Bushi Road trading card game that they have called King of Pro Wrestling. So, the Japanese are very fond of the card games. If you don't believe me, look at all the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff and all the Pokemon stuff and everything else. They're really into the card game, the trading card game, and it's big business. So, why not promote a wrestling card based on that product? So now we're going to get into the opening contest. Team Chaos, featuring the combination of Toru Yano, Takahashi Iizuka, and Tomohiro Ishii, taking on the returning Manabu Nakanishi, Strongman, and Blue Justice himself, Yuji Nagata. Now, for those of you who are familiar with Nakanishi and Yuji Nagata, these guys were in WCW between the years of 1995 and 1996, right before the highlight of the Monday Night Wars. Nakanishi, although you might not be familiar with his name, he used to be Kurosawa, and both guys were managed by Sonny Ono. Unfortunately, in this return match for Nakanishi, which was a great effort with him coming back from that very, very life-threatening injury, he lost. Him and his entire team lost to Team Chaos. So Team Chaos got the win on this matchup. IWGP Junior Tag Team Championship, Forever Hooligans, Alex Kozlov and Rocky Romero taking on the Time Splitters, the team comprising of Alex Shelley from TNA, former Motor City Machine Gun, and Kushida. It was a very, very good match back and forth between both teams. A lot of tag team maneuvers, double team maneuvers, a lot of synchronization. But in the end, it was Forever Hooligans getting the win and retaining the tag team title. Now, the Junior Tag Belts is a very prestigious championship as well, so a lot of big things is going on with that. So look for this story to continue on as Alex Shelley and Kushida are chasing after Forever Hooligans for those tag team straps. IWGP Junior Heavyweight Junior Heavyweight Championship, Low Ki taking on Kota Ibushi. Ibushi defeated Low Ki last month for the IWGP title. Representing DDT, of course, he's the open weight champion, and Low Ki lost the title fair and square, but that was a good match also. But in the end, it was Low Ki regaining the championship for the third time, beating Ibushi in the middle of the ring, getting the 1-2-3, and after the match, he was challenged by the returning Prince Devitt, who's looking to get the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title back from Low Ki, because it was Low Ki who got the win over Prince Devitt when Low Ki returned back to New Japan Pro Wrestling earlier this year. IWGP World Tag Team title. Tenkoji defending the Tag Team Championship against the Killer Elite Squad of Davey Boy Smith Jr. and Lance Archer, the American Psycho. Now, Davey Boy Smith Jr. is affectionately known to us as Harry Smith, and he's a former WWE Tag Team Champion. Lance Hoyt, or Lance Archer, was a former TNA superstar and WWE superstar as well. Tenkoji, both guys started out in the New Japan dojos in the late 80s, early 90s, and they rose up in the ranks. They were tag team champions on numerous occasions, and they also held, at the same time, simultaneously, the All Japan Triple Crown. That's when Satoshi Kojima was champion, and Tenzan was the IWGP Heavyweight Champion, and they fought against each other. And they're also members of the New World Order Japan version. But in the end, it was the Killer Elite Squad getting the win over Tenkoji. And, you know, I'm known for giving you guys history points, so that's just what I do. So don't worry about that. I hope you guys enjoy that. Look that up. Also, we had in singles competition, we had Naito Tetsuya losing to Yujiro Takahashi by knockout. He couldn't continue the match because he has a very, very nasty leg injury going on, and he really couldn't compete in this match. So it was Takahashi getting the win over Tetsuya. We had a tag team matchup here with Katsuyori Shibata and Kazusushi Sakubara versus Makabe Togi and Wataru Inoue in a great tag match. Interesting notes about this matchup. Both Shibata and Sakubara both come out with LOD shoulder pads and mask on, and I believe it was Sakubara who had on the Great Muta face mask. It was very interesting to see how that was done, but it was a lot of heat with that. But it was Laughter 7 getting the win over Toge and Inoue in this matchup. Also, we had Carl Anderson challenging Okada Kazuchika for the IWGP title shot at this coming January's Tokyo Dome show. Anderson and Kazuchika, they fought in the finals of the G1 Climax tournament earlier this year, and it was Kazuchika getting the win to become the G1 Climax winner, the number one challenger for the IWGP World Heavyweight title, and it was a rematch for that title shot for the upcoming Dome show, which is going to be huge, and it's going to be a monster hit. Trust me when I tell you, it's going to be really good. IWGP Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. You had Hiroki Goto challenging Nakamura Shinsuke for that title. Now, it was Shinsuke who defeated Goto for the Intercontinental title earlier this year. And you got to know something about the prestige of the Intercontinental Championship over there for New Japan Pro Wrestling. For its duration, you've had great champions so far. Last year, during the New Japan tour in the United States, U.S. Invasion on the East Coast. I wish I was there for them shows because I really would love to see that. Of course, we all know that MVP, the first ever champion, he won the title, defended the championship. He beat Toru Yano for that title to win, and he's defended the belt very successfully. But then he was upended by the ECW champion, Masato Tanaka. Tanaka losing the championship to Hiroki Goto. Goto has some successful defenses as well, but he ended up losing the championship to Nakamura Shinsuke. Great technical wrestling, high flying moves, high impact moves, back and forth between both guys. I mean, a lot of offensive maneuvers that a lot of the guys and the girls around the world are studying and seeing and learning and watching. And it was just really great. It was a real serious seesaw battle between both guys. But at the end, it was Nakamura Shinsuke retaining the championship with the Boombaye knee strike, with Shinsuke getting the win and retaining the title. And the main event, Minoru Suzuki of Team Chaos taking on Hiroshi Tanahashi for the IWGP World Heavyweight title. I am a huge fan of Tanahashi. I'm a huge fan of Minoru Suzuki. So I definitely got my YouTube's worth watching the show. And I've seen this several times. And I can tell you right now, it was a great match. It was a 5-star match. I put that match up there with Jericho and CM Punk. So when you guys get an opportunity to see this, you can see this for yourself and see what I'm talking about. It was Tanahashi getting the win with the sky-high flow body press off the top rope, the frog splash over Minoru Suzuki to retain the IWGP World Heavyweight title belt. Now, at the end of the match, of course, you know, you get your celebration, the trophies, and the acknowledgement that you successfully defended the title. You get the cups and all that other stuff and the belt presentation. But in the end, it was Takahashi coming out issuing the challenge to Tanahashi, letting him know that he wants the opportunity to become the IWGP champion, and that will be taking place at the next IPPV that will be taking place in November 11th, 2012, and that will be Power Struggle. But before we get into that, we want to talk about what's coming up next for New Japan Pro Wrestling. This weekend, of course, they got the Super Junior Tag Team Tournament at Kurikan Hall. And hopefully some folks will do the right thing and put it up on YouTube as well. So we got the following matches here in order. We got Captain New Japan teaming up with Manabu Nakanishi, taking on Yano and Iizuka from Team Chaos. They are the former IWGP Tag Team Champions. We have Makabe Toge and Wataru Inoue versus Ishii and Yoshihashi. That's going to be a very good match. And then we got the Junior Tag Team Tournament. We have the Time Splitters, Kushida and Alex Shelley taking on the Complete Players, Jado and Gedo. We have Bushi and Negro Casas from Mexico taking on Taka Michinoku and Taichi. They represent Chaos as well. We have Tiger Mask 4 and Jushin Thunder Liger, former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champions in the tag team and in the singles divisions, taking on Kozlov and Rocky Romero, Forever Hooligans, the IWGP Junior Tag Team Champions. We have Apollo 55, Prince Devitt, and Ryosuke Taguchi taking on Brian Spanky Kendrick and Low-Key in a tournament matchup. Then we have a 6-man tag with Team Chaos, Minoru Suzuki, and the IWGP Tag Team Champions, the Killer Elite Squad of Lance Archer and Davey Boy Smith Jr. They're going to take on Yuji Nagata and Tenzan and Satoshi Kojima. Then we have in the main event 6-man tag. We have Carl Anderson, Hiroki Goto, and Tanahashi taking on Nakamura Shinsuke, Takashi, and Ishii. That's going to be rounding up that series for this weekend. And they got a couple of more shows that's going to lead up into the Power Struggle pay-per-view that's going to take place in November, which is also going to be shown on the internet. So it's going to be an internet pay-per-view, so you got to be on the lookout for that. Power Struggle is the name of the event, and it's going to take place at the Osaka Prefectural Gym. And these are all, for now, what's set up, all rematches, and a couple of other bits and pieces and gyms is going to take place as well. We have the rematch for Laughter 7 versus Toge and Inoue. We have the IWGP Tag Team titles. Killer Elite Squad defending the titles in a rematch against Tenzan and Kojima. We have the Intercontinental Heavyweight title match, Nakamura Shinsuke versus Carl Anderson. And then we have Hiroki Goto looking to also get that shot against Okada for his IWGP title match at the Wrestle Kingdom 7 Tokyo Dome show. And then we have Yujiro Takahashi looking to take on Hiroshi Tanahashi for the IWGP Heavyweight title. So, folks, this is my first ever Pro Wrestle Report, and I just want to say thank you for sitting with me during this time and enjoying my report. If you like it, please subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments. Follow me on YouTube, Mark A. Morel. I'm looking to start that Mark Knight fan page, so we're going to get that popping because I'm going to need that, but still, you can like me and add me on Facebook as well. Also, I'm on Instagram. You can check my photos out there, XM Nightbuster, and you can follow me on Twitter at XM Nightbuster as well. And also in the process, if you are an MC and DJ, whatever, or a singer, and if you are on SoundCloud, you can follow me at Mark Morel there on SoundCloud. So until then, folks, this is your boy Mark Knight saying peace, love God, love each other, and I'll see you guys on the flip.